Hello and welcome to this lecture, and in this lecture what we are going to do is that we are going to learn about action bars. So we will learn what action bars are and how to customize the look and feel of the action bar, and also how to add multiple items to the action bar. So if you don't know what an action bar is, it's basically the top thing on your application which looks like a title bar and which has your application name and a bunch of options on the right hand side. So without wasting any time, let's directly go ahead and learn how to customize those action bars. So what we are going to do here for this section is that we will be creating a new Android Studio project. So create a new project and name it as, let's say, new action bar app. Click next and make sure to select the API level to be 17. Click next, and instead of selecting the empty activity, what we are going to do is that we are going to select the basic activity, as this has the action bar added within itself. So click next and let the name of your main activity be main activity, and finally click finish. So it's actually going to take a while for the project to load up. So in this lecture what we will do is that we will learn how to customize the look and feel of your action bar. So as you could see, this top layer or this top thing which we are able to see right here is nothing but our action bar, and as you could see, the current existing color of this action bar is bluish color. And let's assume that you want to wish to change this particular color. So what you could do is that you could go to the values folder right over here, and in here you will have the styles.xml file. So if you simply open this thing up, as you could see, there are a bunch of color options over here. So what you could do is that you could basically go ahead and change these colors. So if you have a look over here, color value of this is color primary, and these color values are actually stored in the colors.xml file. So as you could see right now, the primary color is blue, and this color primary dark is also a little bit of darker shade of blue. And let's assume that you want to change this thing. So what you could do is that in order to put in your own color values, you could do so. But in order to select an appropriate color, what you could do is that you could simply open up a web browser. So let me just open up Google Chrome over here. And what you could do is that you could search for something like Android material colors. So that's actually going to redirect you to a website, which is the Google site, which is going to give you a bunch of options to select the colors from. So as you could see, here we have a bunch of colors which we could choose from. So you could select any shade which you want. So let's say you want a pinkish shade for your application. You could simply go ahead and select a particular color from this. So this is FF80AA. So let me just go ahead and change this thing to FF80AA. And let's say the darker color which we want is going to be this one, which is A61646. So that's going to be A61646, and as you could see, now we have these colors over here. So if you switch back to the activity, as you could see, now the colors has been changed. That is nothing but the color of your action bar has been changed. Now let's go ahead and learn how you could go ahead and add an additional option to the action bar right here. So in order to access the options of that particular action bar, what you need to do is that you need to go into this menu folder right over here. And if you click this file right here, as you could see here, you will have the file which includes the items or the options which are added to that particular action bar. So right now, as you could see, there is a single option which is the settings option. And let's say you want to add another option over here. So what you could simply do is that you could type in the item tag, and then you need to specify the ID. So let's say the ID of this is going to be order. So let's say we are having an additional activity which is the order activity in our application, and when the user selects this particular option, we want to redirect him to the order activity. So we are going to create an option for that, and then you need to specify the title for this. So let's say the title is going to be order, and then let's specify the show as action property. So the show as action property is actually a property which is going to show this thing as an action if there is room. So we type show as action, and if we type if room, as you could see, now this particular item is shown as an action on the action bar itself, if we specify this property, and if we don't specify this property, that is if we type in never over here, that means now the option is shown in the action bar when we actually click this icon right here. So depending upon your choice, you could place it anywhere where you want, but let's assume that we want to place it on the action bar. So we type in here if room, and then you also can specify the order of this particular action bar item. So we type in order in category, and let's say this order is going to be 1. Okay, this thing is showing us an error because this should not be Android, this should actually be app, and once that is fixed, we are basically good to go. And one more thing which you could do is that let's assume that you don't want to specify some text over here. So instead of the text, let's assume you want to specify this in terms of an icon. So we could also go ahead and add an icon over here. So in the next lecture, what we will do is that we will learn how to go ahead and add an icon over here instead of the text, so that on this particular action bar, we get the icon instead of this plain text. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.